It's over. Can't believe it. It's finally over. And now I have no idea what I'm going to make videos about.
Right about now, the Funk Soul Brother. Check it out now. The Funk Soul Brother. Right about now, the Funk Soul Brother. Check it out now. The Funk Soul Brother. Right about now, the Funk Soul Brother. Check it out now. The Funk Soul Brother. Right about now, the Funk Soul Brother. Right about now, about now, about now, about now.
What's poppin', y'all? It's man, Cloud Boy Bales, and welcome to another episode of Wake Up Call. I'm absolutely excited because I actually thought we did really well today. And not just today, the whole weekend. I'm actually happy about these picks. Like, normally we have like a first round pick and then some picks are great. But to be honest, I actually am really happy about what we did today. I'm happy. So, of course, today's video, I'm just going to be going over all our picks, all 9 picks that we got. Of course, I did touch base on my previous videos about, Eric Stokes, Josh Myers, and Amari Rodgers in my last video. But, of course, we did get some new guys today. One coming in the 4th round, 2 in the 5th, 2 in the 6th, and 1 in the 7th. And I think these are a lot of great picks. I'm really wondering what's going to happen, but it's great. It's great news. It's great news. I like a lot of these people. So I'm just gonna go one by one and what I see from each people, and obviously my draft grades and stuff like that. So obviously, let's get to it. So our first overall pick was Eric Stokes. Obviously, in my last video, it was not surprising because we did draft, like for the 9th time to the last 10. First round picks, we go on defense. And, we've always addressed that side of the ball. The lone offensive player, of course, was last year's pick in Jordan Love. Cornerback is just something that we've really drafted. These last couple of drafts we took. The one pick was, we've gone a lot of corners. I mean, we got Kevin King. Then we went for Jari Alexander, and some other guys really did a lot. And, last time, we've been changing around defensive coordinators, but what are they going to use in this guy? I really like him. He's really fast, and honestly, I think, getting this pick is just proof that Pettin wasn't the only problem. We all knew that Kevin King was obviously slacking, and I think getting a guy like this is going to definitely really help this team. Obviously, changing defensive coordinators is something, and I think it should be interesting. He's fast. As I said, many fours. He ran a 4.28. He's slightly over 6 foot, 194 pounds. He just was unbelievable in his pro day. Obviously, it was hard to see it. A lot of people were disappointed. Everyone thought we were going to go wide receiver, but the guys we were interested in, which were obviously Rashad Bateman and Kadarius Toney, were both taken. Toney to the Giants and Bateman to the Ravens. And it's obviously been like 19 years. 19 years since the Packers have took a wide receiver, that being Javon Walker back in 2002. Obviously there we were knowing that they were probably going to be drafting a wide receiver day 2. So going on to day 2, our second round pick was not a wide receiver, but it was it was Josh Myers, the center out of Ohio State. Obviously, the last time we took a player out of Ohio State was Corey Linsley back in 2014 in the 5th round. Linsley's departure, obviously, is what needed to open up this door for Myers. The real question is he going to start, or does the Packers decide to move someone like Elgin Jenkins, Lucas Patrick, and John Runyon, guys that can also play the center position, and then play Myers at guard because he also can play guard, so that's a good thing. It's a great pick. He has great versatility to play in any of the free interior line spots, and that's something I really like. It could give the Packers more options, and I think depth at the line and people on the line really that's there. I think is ready, and plus David Bakhtiari, he might not even be ready for the opener after he tore his ACL. So he was the second true center taken in the draft, and he only allowed 3 sacks, according to Sports Info, and Ohio State obviously averaged 5.7 yards rush up the middle when they had people like J.K. Dobbins, and then, of course, this year Trey Sermon did 7th best in FBS, which is insane. And then, a lot of people hoped we were going to get Creed Humphrey, but he was taken right after us. But regardless, I'd say that's a great pick. I give that one a B, as I said. And then as I said for Eric Stokes, I am sorry, I should have said that, but I also give that one a B as well because I'm very skeptical on what we have. Next up, Amari Rodgers. Great pick. Absolutely great pick. Goody obviously took one in day 2, but obviously it was a smart move. We're stacked at wide receiver on the team already, but getting a guy that can appear in the slot I think is definitely great. He reminds me a little bit of Randall Cobb, and then we had Ty Montgomery, and we had Tyler Ervin, and I think he's the next guy, and he's a slot receiver that can just line anywhere. The only problem is his speed may be a little bit slow, but seeing his highlights at Clemson, I was just a fan of the guy, and I think he's going to be taking a lot of snaps on offense, pre-motion stuff that we had the other guys doing. 86% of his things came from the slot. Aaron Rodgers only threw 31% of his passes to slot receivers, as I see. It's a great pick. Rodgers to Rodgers, maybe that will happen. If he leaves, then that's obviously at him, but I don't know. I really like this pick. All right, so going on to today's picks, obviously I'm just going to go one by one here. So round 4, number 142 overall, we picked Royce Newman. He is the lineman in Mississippi, so Ole Miss. So obviously, as I said before, David Bakhtiari, don't know when he's going to be back. Ricky Wagner, he was released, possibly retired. So obviously we do need help on the offensive line. Myers, we're going to have help at the center when we got Myers. But, getting a guy like Newman gets a guy on the outside. I really like this guy. He moved to right tackle, so obviously that's a big need because he could end up starting at that position. And that it could actually hold. And if that's the case, that could get Billy Turner, who obviously took over at the left tackle position when Bakhtiari went out. Obviously, that is a great option to put Billy Turner over there until Bakhtiari is ready. So I definitely like this pick. I think he's really great. He seems like, from the looks, I think he might be Pro Bowl ready. I think he looks like one of those guys that could be Pro Bowl ready. And I think he's going to be starting a lot of games, hopefully, for us in the future. I like what we have, and it's a great thing for us. Next up, round 5, 173 overall, we got to Daryl Slayton. A lot of people call him TJ because nobody really pronounces his name correctly, so I'm just going to call him TJ. Last time we drafted a defensive lineman was in 2019. That was, and we did not re-sign Montravius Adams. And obviously he's I think he went to the Patriots, was it? But Slayton is another big guy. If you ever look at a picture of him, the dude is huge. 6'4", 330 pounds. And I think he's a guy that can really take pressure off Kenny Clark, knowing that, Dean Lowry and Lancaster really couldn't do it. Kingsley Kiki's emergence last year was a huge key. And I think that obviously can take pressure off so Slayton can come in there and do some stuff. I think this is basically a replacement for Snacks, who we signed at the very end of last year to try to get some run depth. And, obviously he could be a guy that could replace Dean Lowry because who knows, he might even be cut. Obviously he has 1 year deal left in his deal. Him and Lancaster could both be cut. And obviously the cap space is, an issue, so that could create a lot of cap space. But looking at him, he's a run stuffer. He's not more of a pass thinger, but run stuffer is a guy I think, we could use. I mean, we did have some problems when it comes to stopping the run, but I like it. I like this pick. So far, that's great. The other 5th round pick, 178 overall, we went with Shamar Jean-Charles, the cornerback out of Appalachian State. Of course, Goody, as we said, loves cornerbacks. We have a lot of depth. This is a big pick that shows a lot of depth. This is like the 5th corner I think we've drafted since he ever became general manager. That all came from the 5th round and earlier, other than except Kadar Holman. But there's the only issue could be he's a little bit taller, but he's the same type back as he's the same type guy as Josh Jackson. So obviously he's a guy that could replace Josh Jackson. because obviously a lot of people think he will be cut, you know. And Josh Jackson's been struggling, so this guy could be a guy that's depth. Yes, he does not have speed, and that's why he falls all the way to the 5th round. However, he seems to be a great defender, and obviously is a great guy that can really come out and do some depth. I think we're really stacked at cornerback right now. Really happy with where we're at, but I think this is a good, solid pick. Next up, round 6, 214 overall. We picked Green Bay's own, born and raised, Wisconsin tackle / guard Cole Van Lanen. He is from Green Bay. He went to Wisconsin, and he's a Green Bay Packer. So this is a great story. I wasn't a big fan of him this year when he was on the Badgers. He just didn't really seem to do good. He had a lot of hype with him. He has a lot of hype. He's supposed to be really good, and this is a depth move, as I said. This is the 4th straight year a Green Bay area prep player has actually been drafted, which is insane, but not by the Packers. Saw James Morgan get drafted by the Jets, Max Sharping to the Texans, Khalil McKenzie to the Chiefs, and then we saw Alec Ingold get signed as a free agent by the Raiders, who in 2019. He is the 3rd offensive lineman the Packers have taken in this draft, and the 6th in the last 2 years. Obviously playing left tackle at Wisconsin, and he could also play guard. He was everywhere when he was there, and he is the first Green Bay native to be drafted by the Packers since quarterback Bug Keys of Wisconsin in 1988 in the 10th round. That's when we had way more than 7 rounds. But it's insane. I love this pick. I obviously love it when we draft Badgers to Packers. It's just a great thing. Also, another Badger has been signed by the Packers. We signed John Dietzen as a free agent, so that's a good signing. I like him. He's great. So that's cool. I mean, we got some 2 Badgers on the line that can really help this Packers team. So that's a great signing. I'll get to the other Badgers and where they went to after I get to these picks. Next up, round 6, 220 overall, Isaiah McDuffie, the linebacker out of Boston College. A lot of people were hoping we were going to get Dylan Moses, but yeah, I mean, the injury thing is a little bit of an issue. It hasn't been the same ever since. Packers' top 2 inside linebackers entering this season are a pair of second-year players, Kamal Martin and Chris Barnes, who honestly was the rookie of the year for us. Packers obviously have not really done anything for this position. We don't know why, because we know it's the biggest need. You know, losing Blake Martinez the other year, was huge, but this is a move for depth. Okay, Christian Kirksey didn't really work out for us. That's why we cut him. But he's undersized, but I'm not sure what this is going to mean. He's going to probably be depth. And honestly, I don't know how Joe Barry's going to fill him. I just don't know. It's a little bit sketchy, but, that's that overall. Then, finally, our 7th round pick. I wasn't a little shocked about this because in my mock draft, I did say we were going to take a running back at some point in the later rounds. This guy we got, Kylin Hill. I've heard about this guy. He protested and had issues with coaches, and he obviously opted out because of COVID. But there were some rumors about some crazy things, and then he was like, "I'm not playing if you remove a flag that's racist or something." I don't know. It's just a lot of stuff with him. But I like this pick. I saw his highlights. He's really good. He hurdles over people. We're set with Aaron Jones and A.J. Dillon. But losing Jamal Williams in free agency, that's a big deal. Obviously, Tyler Irvin probably will not re-sign with us because of Amari Rodgers' pick. And, day 3 picks, Aaron Jones and Jamal Williams, both day 3 picks. This is a good pick. He's very underrated, obviously. The injuries are a little problem, and all these off-the-field issues are kind of the reason why I think he fell all the way to 7. But if he, stays healthy, I think we could use him a lot more. 25 games, he rushed for 2,335 yards and 25 touchdowns and only 1 fumble. Wow, very similar to Jamal Williams. But great pick, so I'll give that one a B-. So anyways, with my picks, I'm going to say Eric Stokes, I'll give a B. Josh Myers, I'll also get a B. Amari Rodgers is an A-. Royce Newman, I'll say B+, really like him. Darrell Slayton, I'll say, is going to also be a B. Shamar Jeans Charles will be a B-. Obviously, I think there's so many corners, you never know. Cole Van Landen, I like. Well, obviously, I'd say normally when anyone would say a B minus, but I'll say a B. I'm not too harsh. Isaiah McDuffie, I'll give him the B, and then Kylan Hill, I'll give another B. So yeah, I'm kind of averaging this draft to be about a B, B plus for the Packers. I think we did a really good job, and I'm really happy to see how things go. Obviously, we don't know what's going to happen with the whole Aaron Rodgers thing. It's going out of craziness, but I'm excited for what's to come. Hopefully, these guys make huge hopefully these guys contribute the best way to the team. That's what I hope for. So, yeah, that's it. It's crazy enough to say that's our draft. Also, a big congratulations, as you know, Quentin Meinertz, as you said before, he got selected by the Denver Broncos, and then some Badgers obviously got selected. Cole Van Landen, as I said, got selected, and then Isaiah Loudermilk got picked by the Pittsburgh Steelers, and Rashad Wildgoose, right before we picked Cole Van Landen, he got selected by the Buffalo Bills. So congratulations to the former Badgers. I hope they have a great career. No words on other guys like Burrell, Stocky, and Groshek, and all these other guys. So, yeah, that's that. So anyways, subscribe below. Comment with your thoughts. Obviously, more updates to come. There's some free agent signings that are probably coming out later. Go Wisconsin sports. Obviously, you got to cheer for your people. We have a while till the season starts. It's going to be an interesting offseason with the whole stuff going on with Aaron Rodgers and all that. But I'm ready for it. So, anyways, stay safe. Be smart. I'm your man, Call Boy Bales. And as always, go Pack Go. We'll see you next time.